Hello Army, welcome back to my channel. If you've been following clips and footage circulating from BTS's recent MetLifeStadium shows in East Rutherford, New Jersey, you've probably already come across the specific moment we're talking about today. During one of the performances, Jimin experienced a brief slip on stage, his shoe sliding beneath him and throwing him momentarily off balance, and what happened in the seconds immediately following that moment has become one of the most discussed clips from this entire New York area tour stop. Let's break down exactly what happened, how he handled it, and why this specific moment has generated so much genuine admiration from fans watching it unfold. So let's set the scene here, because context really matters for understanding exactly what we're discussing. This moment took place during BTS's Arirang World Tour stop at MetLifeStadium, specifically during the second night of their two-show run at this venue, which fell on Sunday, August 2nd. If you've been following our previous coverage of this specific tour stop, you already know this represented BTS's first return to the New York and New Jersey area since their 2019 Love Yourself tour shows at this exact same venue, making this entire stop already significant before we even get into the specific moment we're discussing today. Let's talk about the conditions surrounding this particular show, because they actually play a meaningful role in understanding what happened. According to accounts from fans who were present at the venue, this show took place under genuinely challenging weather conditions, with high humidity and intense heat affecting everyone in the stadium, performers and audience members alike. Multiple fan accounts specifically mention Jimin appearing to struggle somewhat with the heat throughout the performance, though by all accounts, he continued giving everything he had to the show despite those difficult conditions. This detail matters because it helps contextualize exactly what happened during the specific moment we're focusing on today. Now let's get into the actual moment itself. During one of the choreographed segments of the show, Jimin's shoe slipped beneath him on stage, throwing him momentarily off balance. For just a brief moment, it looked like he might actually go down, the kind of moment that immediately makes everyone watching hold their breath, wondering if what they're seeing is about to turn into a genuine fall. But instead, in what fans have widely praised as an impressively smooth recovery, Jimin caught his balance and simply continued right on with the choreography, seamlessly picking back up with the rest of the performance as though nothing had happened at all. Let's really sit with why this specific moment resonated so strongly with fans watching it unfold, whether that was in person at the stadium or through footage shared afterward online. There's something genuinely impressive about watching a performer handle an unexpected physical stumble with that level of composure and professionalism, especially in the middle of a massive stadium show being watched by tens of thousands of people, plus countless more watching through phone cameras that would inevitably capture and share the moment across social media. The instinct to recover gracefully, rather than letting a stumble visibly rattle you or throw off the rest of your performance, speaks to a genuine level of stage experience and professional composure that's honestly worth appreciating. Let's think about the broader context of what makes moments like this particularly meaningful within live performance more generally. Anyone who has ever performed on stage, whether that's in front of a massive stadium crowd or a much smaller audience, knows that unexpected physical mishaps are simply an inherent risk that comes with live performance. Stages can be slippery, especially outdoors where weather conditions come into play, footwear doesn't always cooperate perfectly with specific choreography, and sometimes, despite all the rehearsal and preparation in the world, these small physical stumbles just happen. What separates a genuinely skilled, experienced performer from someone less prepared for these moments isn't whether they ever stumble at all, but rather how they handle it when it inevitably does happen. Let's talk specifically about what fans observed regarding how quickly and smoothly Jimin recovered from this particular moment. According to descriptions shared by fans who captured this clip, his shoe slid and threw him off balance, but nothing more serious happened, and he resumed the choreography easily, continuing on with the performance in a genuinely professional manner. That kind of quick recovery, seamlessly folding back into the choreography without any visible disruption to the flow of the performance, is exactly the kind of moment that tends to generate this level of admiration and discussion within the fandom. Let's think about why this specific clip became such a significant talking point compared to what might otherwise be considered a fairly minor, split-second moment within a much longer show. Part of it comes down to just how relatable and human this kind of moment feels, even within the context of an incredibly polished, professional stadium production. Watching someone handle an unexpected physical stumble with genuine grace and composure creates this moment of connection between performer and audience, a reminder that even during these massive, meticulously produced shows, these are still real people navigating real physical challenges in real time, And the way they handle those unexpected moments says something genuine about their character and professionalism as performers. Let's also touch on the broader context of everything else happening during this particular show, because this moment didn't happen in isolation from everything else we've already discussed regarding this specific MetLifeStadium stop. As we mentioned, this show took place under genuinely difficult heat and humidity conditions, with multiple fan accounts specifically noting how demanding these conditions were for everyone involved. Performing at this level of physical intensity, executing complex choreography throughout an extended stadium show, all while dealing with genuinely challenging heat conditions, creates exactly the kind of circumstances where a moment like this slip becomes more understandable, even as the recovery itself remains genuinely impressive to witness. Let's think about the broader pattern of how fans tend to respond to these kinds of small, human moments captured during live performances more generally. Rather than treating a brief stumble as something embarrassing or something to be quickly forgotten, moments like this one tend to generate this kind of warm, supportive response from fans, precisely because they showcase genuine professionalism and composure under pressure. It's the kind of moment that, rather than becoming a source of any kind of negative commentary, instead became something fans specifically pointed to as evidence of Jimin's skill and experience as a performer, someone capable of handling unexpected challenges without letting them derail the broader performance. Let's also spend some time thinking about the specific segment of the show where this moment occurred, because understanding where within the broader performance this happened helps contextualize the choreographic complexity he was navigating at that exact moment. Based on what we know about this tour's general structure, blending high-energy dance numbers with more emotionally driven segments throughout the show, a moment like this occurring during one of the more intensive choreographed segments makes sense, given that these portions of the show typically involve rapid movement, quick transitions, and physically demanding choreography that leaves less margin for error if footing becomes even slightly compromised. Let's think about what this moment specifically reveals about the physical demands of touring at this scale, particularly during an already demanding stretch of shows like this current American leg of the Ararang World Tour. We've discussed extensively on this channel just how physically intensive this touring schedule has already proven to be, spanning multiple continents and an extensive list of major stadium shows. Add genuinely challenging weather conditions like intense heat and humidity into that equation, and you start to understand just how physically demanding a single night's performance can become, even before accounting for the cumulative fatigue of an already extensive touring schedule. Let's also touch on how this specific moment fits within the broader pattern we've discussed throughout this entire comeback year regarding Jimin's consistent professionalism and dedication as a performer. We've talked extensively about his commitment to giving everything he has during performances, whether that's during the historic World Cup final halftime show, during previous stops on this world tour, or now, during this challenging MetLifeStadium show specifically. This particular moment, handling an unexpected physical stumble with genuine composure and continuing to deliver a strong performance despite difficult conditions, fits naturally within that broader established pattern of professional dedication we've documented throughout this entire comeback period. Let's think about the broader significance of fans specifically choosing to document and share moments like this one, rather than simply focusing exclusively on the polished, perfectly executed portions of any given show. There's something genuinely meaningful about the fandom's willingness to appreciate and celebrate these more human, imperfect moments alongside the more obviously impressive, technically flawless performance segments. It suggests a genuine appreciation for authenticity and real, unscripted moments within these live shows, rather than simply expecting and celebrating flawless perfection as the only acceptable outcome. Let's also spend some time discussing why moments like this one tend to generate such significant social media attention and discussion, even when they represent what might otherwise be considered a fairly brief, minor incident within a much longer overall performance. In our current social media landscape, where fans are constantly recording and sharing clips from these live shows in real time, these kinds of brief, unexpected moments often end up generating disproportionate attention compared to their actual duration within the broader show, precisely because they capture something genuinely spontaneous and unscripted within an otherwise carefully produced and choreographed performance. Let's think about what this moment might mean for how fans continue documenting and discussing this specific MetLifeStadium stop going forward, particularly as more footage and reactions continue circulating from both nights of this significant tour stop. Given how much attention this specific moment has already generated, it's likely to remain one of the more frequently referenced highlights from this particular New York area stop, alongside other significant moments we've already discussed, including that meaningful reunion with this venue after 7 years, and the various other details we've covered regarding this historic return performance. Let's also touch on the broader emotional significance this kind of moment carries for fans who are watching this comeback era unfold, with particular attention to how the members are handling the physical demands of returning to this level of touring intensity after their extended military service hiatus. Watching someone navigate an unexpected physical challenge with this level of composure, especially during a period when fans have been particularly attentive to how the members are managing the demands of this ambitious touring schedule following their return from military service, likely carries some additional emotional resonance beyond what a similar moment might have generated at an earlier point in the group's career. Let's think about the broader context of professional dance and performance more generally, and why moments like this one tend to be viewed so positively within that broader professional context. Professional dancers and performers understand that navigating unexpected physical challenges gracefully is itself a genuine skill, one that takes years of experience and training to develop. The ability to maintain composure, quickly assess and adjust to an unexpected physical situation, and seamlessly continue with a performance without letting that moment derail the broader show, represents exactly the kind of professional skill that dedicated performers spend years developing throughout their careers. Let's also spend some time thinking about how this specific moment compares to similar incidents we might have seen throughout Jimin's career more broadly, given his extensive experience performing at this level throughout BTS's entire touring history. Having performed at this scale and intensity for well over a decade now, it's likely he's navigated similar unexpected physical moments throughout his career, developing exactly this kind of quick recovery instinct through years of accumulated stage experience. This particular moment, while certainly notable enough to generate significant fan discussion, likely reflects skills and instincts he's continued refining throughout his entire extensive performing career. Let's also touch on why fans specifically praised the smoothness of his recovery, rather than simply noting that a stumble occurred at all. The specific detail that stands out from fan descriptions of this moment is just how quickly and seamlessly he was able to catch his balance and continue with the choreography, without any significant visible disruption to the flow of the performance. That specific quality, the seamless nature of the recovery itself, is exactly what elevated this from simply being a minor stumble into a moment fans specifically wanted to highlight and discuss as evidence of his genuine skill and professionalism as a performer. Let's think about the broader takeaway from this entire story, beyond just the specific details of this individual moment. What this really illustrates is the genuine physical demands and unpredictability inherent in live stadium performance, even at the highest professional level, combined with the kind of composed, experienced response that distinguishes truly skilled performers when these unexpected moments inevitably occur. It's a genuinely human, relatable moment within the broader context of an otherwise incredibly polished, professionally produced stadium tour, and it's exactly this kind of authentic moment that fans continue to find genuinely meaningful and worth celebrating throughout this entire touring cycle. Let's wrap up by recapping everything we've discussed today regarding this notable moment from BTS's second MetLifeStadium show. During the show, which took place under genuinely challenging heat and humidity conditions, Jimin's shoe slipped during a choreographed segment, throwing him momentarily off balance. Rather than this moment becoming a significant disruption to the performance, he quickly and smoothly recovered, catching his balance and continuing seamlessly with the choreography as though nothing had happened. This moment has since become one of the most discussed and widely shared clips from this entire historic MetLifeStadium stop, with fans specifically praising the professionalism and composure he demonstrated in handling this unexpected physical challenge. This entire story really does illustrate something genuinely meaningful about the physical demands and inherent unpredictability of live stadium performance, even at the highest professional level, combined with the kind of experienced, composed response that distinguishes truly skilled performers navigating these unexpected moments. It's exactly this kind of authentic, human moment that continues generating genuine admiration and discussion throughout this entire touring cycle, adding yet another meaningful chapter to the broader story of this historic MetLifeStadium return. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. If you enjoyed this breakdown of this notable moment from BTS's MetLifeStadium show, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update like this one in the future. Drop a comment down below letting me know what you thought about how Jimin handled this moment, and if you were fortunate enough to witness this specific instance in person or have seen the clip circulating online, I'd love to hear your own reaction to watching this unfold. As always, thank you for being here, thank you for your continued support, and I'll see you in the next video.